We shall see how long that lasts, though. Touch that baby. So the funny thing with this new capture device, um, I ordered it on Friday night. Like while I was on stream. And it said it was going to be here on Monday. So I thought, okay, good. It showed up the very next day. Like, it showed up on Saturday. And I didn't pay for any, like, express shipping, next day shipping, any of that. I didn't put any of that on my order. I just did standard shipping and was gonna just be okay with it showing up on Monday. But it showed up on Saturday. And I figured that today being March 10th, Mario Day, was as good a reason as any for me to give this thing a test run. And while I do still have some work to do with like the saturation and the brightness. Still have a little bit of tweaking to do as far as that's concerned. And I'll probably do that maybe on Friday during the intermission. Maybe. Just so I have possibly an extra set of eyes or two to help me tweak all those little options. I just think like the colors are off, but I can't put my finger on how. Like, I think the saturation is a little high. And there's like a tinge of green to all of these like gray tiles. and it just doesn't look like it's showing up quite right. Nice accidental damage boost. The other thing is, I had to remake this particular Mario Day stream layout. I still had most of the pieces for it. I had to track down Mario over there in the corner. But that's not a hard image to find. In my previous version of this layout, Mario over on the right, the one in the pipe, had some animation to him. But went with a different Mario picture that I've got. I do enjoy putting together stream layouts. I don't think it would be something that I would do like for commissions. Oops. I mean, hey, if someone let's try this again. Yo, what's up, Real Work? I was just yapping to myself about how I got my new capture device. It was giving me some issues to begin with, but it looks like it's working fine right now. What a classic Mario game. Nice. Input's just off by a little bit tonight. I don't know the last time I played an actual Mario game on Mario Day. It's always either Super Metroid or Link to the Past, but as Mario. But I mean, you know, Super Metroid and Link to the Past are two of my favorite Mario games. Yeah, the Fontificator chat program that I use has a bunch of different presets for different video games. You can also like mix and match those assets to make a custom chat window, which is what I usually have. Have the Super Metroid pipes for the borders, and then the Link to the Past font. This is just the preset for Super Mario RPG. And we just slapped chat onto the side of the TV with some duct tape. But yeah, old capture device kind of just stopped working on Friday. And then while I was on stream, I went on Amazon and ordered a new one. And it said it was going to be here on Monday, but it showed up the very next day, on Saturday. And this is my first time really messing around with it. The other thing is, I know I've still got some settings to mess around with, like the brightness, the contrast, the saturation, because it doesn't look quite right. I think it's probably a little bit oversaturated, and there's still just lots of little things that aren't quite right with the image. Now, I'm the knucklehead that stretched the image to fit my TV frame here. But that's something I can do as a part of the stream layout.
Fire flower.
I find it funny that sometimes I get things quicker at the same time if I ask for slow to... Yep. That's how words work. Get things quicker, or at the same time if I ask for slow delivery and then pay for fast. Yeah, I was really surprised. Like, when I saw it outside my door, I thought it was a package that my dad had sent me that he said was going to be showing up around about the same time. So I was just like, oh, okay. Well, that's what that is. Bring it inside. And, you know, not thinking anything of it, I'll get to this when I get back from the grocery store. Come home, open it up, and it's a capture device that looks basically the same as the Easy Cap that I was just using. But it has a different brand name printed on it. VixelW? VIXLW? But yeah, it looks the exact same as my old Easy Cap. Whoop. Looked away for a second. Pixie sherbet. Delicious. I bet it's pink and filled with sparkles. Made with real pixies. I think what I need to do in order to get the color settings on this to look right is I probably need to open up some kind of game that has like a really visually distinct title screen that'll just sit there. Maybe I open up like one of the Varia randomizer ROMs. Yeah, that's how I've been messing with it so far, is just in OBS. Because, to the best of my knowledge, the capture device doesn't have any software that comes with it. Yeah, this is a good song. That's why I requested it. That and because a lot of the Mario songs that I wanted to request are on cooldown. It's like, what's the next best thing? Bomberman 64? Possibly even better when it comes to the OST. Super Ball. Whoop. Stopped in my tracks. Whatever. Actually, I wonder if my Sam and Max game that has been in my Wii for years and years at this point, I wonder if that has some kind of a video setting screen that has like color bars and brightness gradients. Either that or I just load up like a vanilla ROM of Super Metroid. And have a couple extra sets of eyes looking at it with me to tweak things here and there. Because again, there's like it's like the blue level is too high. Because like the door and the eye on the ice beam are a little bit oversaturated. And again, there's like this light hint of green that's in the background and on all the pipes and stuff around here that just doesn't look like it's showing up strong enough. So I think I may need to mess around with the hue a little bit. I mean, other than that, the video quality seems fine. This is when I realized you didn't randomize the colors, it's the capture card instead. Yep. Okay, yeah. It's really visible in this room. Um, these pipes and tiles and Mario's arm are not that blue on my TV. They are much more gray. So yeah, I think need to mess around with the hue and the saturation. I don't particularly feel like messing around with a lot of that stuff tonight, though. I was thinking I might just do it during the intermission on Friday. I need to double check what pictures I've got, but I was thinking if I was going to put something in Mario's hands, maybe, was the thought that just occurred to me when you said that I could have Mario holding, like, some of the beam pickups. This music is going to make me bust out my 64 again. It's funny because it's a Super Nintendo song. But I get what you're saying. And I also went into the door. Good job, Mario. Whee! I queue up this Link to the Past. No, it's someone else's request. I've got well, I had Bomberman 64, and I've got Rainbow Road from Super Mario Kart coming up. Oh, it's actually going to be the next song, too. Nice. But those were the only songs that I intentionally queued up. All the other ones were just random requests. Random selections from the old favorites list. Man, come on. Nice. Flame Lane. Got him. Actually, the Mario coming out of the pipe on the layout, in my original version of this layout, he used to be animated, but I don't think I still have that particular Mario picture. It was a picture of Mario in a warp pipe, like waving to the camera and then going into the pipe. And I had to do some kind of goofy cropping in order to make it look like he was hopping down into the pipe on the layout. Because in the GIF, he's got like his arm resting on the top of the pipe in the GIF. Here we go. Now he's the dead ghost. Big dumb dead ghost. Any Smash Bros. Worthy songs? I mean, Smash Bros. Has some good music. If I sat here and really racked my brain, I'm sure I could think of a couple. Not any that are like Mario songs. And it's kind of the thing with Mario's Mario's OSTs. At least the ones that I had access to that weren't on cooldown. Because, like, I really like a bunch of the music in New Super Mario Bros. Wii. I'm a sucker for the vocal bop. And, like, the track for World 8 in New Super Mario Bros. Wii is really good. But yeah, most of my favorite songs that have been in Smash are, of course, from other games. Like the Earthbound tracks they have are really nice. The F-Zero tracks they have are really nice. And then you get later on with Smash, and they've got that one track from, I think it's Xenoblade Chronicles, where it's like the song from that game. Is it called Gower Plains, I think? I wonder if F-Zero aged well as a racing game. I don't think the Super Nintendo one has aged as well as the other ones. Like F-Zero X on the N64 is still pretty good. The one I've always really liked was F-Zero GX on the GameCube. I was actually watching... Oh, where was I watching that? I think it was a GDQ run. Where someone was playing like the story mode in F-Zero GX. And that was a lot of fun to watch. Have I done any of the Paper Marios? I've played... I played the original on N64. I never beat it, because I think I was just renting it at the time. I'm pretty sure I've got it on Virtual Console, though. As a matter of fact, I'm positive I do. The only other one I messed around with was Super Paper Mario on the Wii, which is the one that's not really an RPG. And it's a fun game. I just have no idea where I left off. But yeah, I really liked the original Paper Mario. It's kind of weird because I'm one of those RPG fans that is used to seeing giant numbers. You know, your damage numbers that go up into the thousands. And with Paper Mario, you do a critical hit and you get like 5 damage. So that was the one thing that was kind of strange about that game to me. It's like the really, really low damage and health figures. Makes you do more math in preparing your attacks. I mean, it was just something I had grown accustomed to from playing like Final Fantasy games, Chrono Trigger, etc. Yeah, it's nothing I had like a particular problem with. It was just something that kind of stood out to me. T-Wing. That was oh hell yeah! It's music from Moon. Dude, Moon was such a wacky little game. Absolutely love that game. Yeah, Moon Moon is a pretty trippy game. All these wacky claymation creatures. And your little dude wandering around, it's basically just like a set of clothing. The song from the Moon soundtrack that I really liked was called Waiting for the Night. I don't know the name of the band. Yeah, Waiting for the Night off the Moon OST is... That's the song from that game for me. I remember I had that on, or at least in circulation, a lot when I was playing. It's a lot of fun memories from that game. Had to do so many goofball things to collect some of those monsters. Definitely, definitely a game where you need to have a guide. 'Cause otherwise, you're going to be scratching your head with a lot of those monster captures. I still don't think I found everything in that game. Still think there's like 3 or 4 monsters I had yet to find. But I don't think it affects the ending. Whoop, get in the hand. Snow quartz. Why did I open up my menu? Oh yeah, I was able to catch the finals of the Neo Turf Masters tournament that had been going on. That was a lot of fun to see. My dude Murphigator actually was on the team that ended up winning. And they actually went undefeated throughout the tournament. Murphigator and his partner was a guy named Gert DX. But yeah, Neo Turf Masters is a fun game to watch. Never actually played it, Again, I'd be kind of interested to plug in my other Wii and then head on to the homebrew channel to see if there's like a specific Neo Geo emulator, or if it's something I would have to run in MAME. No, you're not dead. Get back down here. Now I know you're dead. Yeah, Ridley is not that blue on my TV. Again, I think I've kind of identified the issue. But you know what? At least it's working. You gotta take the small victories, I guess. Yeah, putting this layout back together, I realized once again that I really do enjoy making stream layouts. Like, I can't just sit down and with no direction just be like, boom, there you go, stream layout. Like, if I've got a good picture in my head of what I want the layout to look like, then I'll put in the effort to make it actually look good. It is always nice, though, when someone who's new to the stream shows up and they're just like, oh my god, I really like that layout. It's, you know, completely unsolicited. And it's a third party looking at it and being like, oh wow. That being said, I did do that one stream years ago where I was trying to put together a stream layout for Wario's World. I think that was the name of the one on GameCube. The Wario GameCube game. So it was a lot of messing around with pictures of Wario and the yellow and purple color scheme. Maybe if I ever get around to doing a replay of, what was it, Bomberman Quest? Yeah, I think Bomberman Adventure might be something else. The Game Boy Color Bomberman Link to the Past game. I think that was Bomberman Quest. Anyways, if I ever get around to doing another playthrough of that, I might put together a special Bomberman layout for that. I mean, I already have that one Bomberman layout, but the video feed on that is kind of small. Yeah, dude, same here. That game... Like, I had seen it in my list of games for so long. And I think I had maybe, like, opened it up once just to, like, wander around for a minute or two. It's like, oh, okay, this is not your traditional Bomberman game. But then when I actually got into it, and I get the hammer and the throwing gloves, oh man. I don't have a long list of favorite Game Boy Color games, but that's definitely on that list. So I never had a Game Boy Color, so I don't really know what all is on the system except for Pokemon Gen 2. And now, of course, Bomberman Quest and a bunch of the re-releases, the DX versions of earlier Game Boy titles. One of the only other Game Boy Color titles that I can think of off the top of my head is Metal Gear. Metal Gear Solid, Ghost Babel. It's either Babel or Babel, either way. Yeah, I remember watching a playthrough of MGSGBC, and it's a cool looking game. Definitely has a lot in common with the early Metal Gear titles. which personally I'm more interested in. Like Metal Gear 1 and 2 from the MSX. That's some fun times right there. Pretty sure it was in Metal Gear 2 where you can get like a live snake as an item in the game. But if you do, the live snake will go around actively in your inventory and like eat your rations. All right, capture device didn't blow up during that flickering. That's always good. And I don't have any kind of timer running except for the one in game. But I also spent a lot of time just like standing around and looking at color differences between my TV and my capture. All that to say, I have no idea if this is going to be a halfway decent time or not. Mostly just wanted to play Mario. And by Mario, I mean Mar10-troid. Bonk, 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 bonk. I didn't turn screw attack back on. old Savage Jungle Inn. When you reach this point in Sam and Max Hit the Road, you know you are getting really close to the ending. What? Get into the boat, dude. Alright, GG. What a great Mario game. So yeah, good good test run for the new capture device. Let's hope this one sticks around for a while. Mario doesn't save animals, he sacrifices them to double jump. That's right. I don't need this green horse. All right. Don't think I'm going to be able to stall for long enough to get another one of my requests in on Rainwave. No, definitely not. So I will thank Rainwave for its services. Your force. Looking at this goofball layout that I made. What a thing. See you next mission. Do I have a We Did It on here? What the hell? I don't have a We Did It on here. You know what I do have, though? I have Rocco. I have Rocco holding a sword. How else do I have on here? I have Soma from Aria of Sorrow throwing the killer doll. Oh yeah, we can give Rocco a hat. Complete the Link cosplay there. Because this is actually a very different layout. This is actually the layout that I was using for making like standalone YouTube stuff. Oh, there, break the illusion. Mario's not in the pipe. Let's go through knocking some of that stuff off. And get your blue background there. The Rocco pattern. Some skulls. Yeah, the blue smoke is what I usually have. We'll bring the Mario stuff back. It's just I don't have it all sitting right next to each other in my source list. I have to scroll around looking for it. Oh yeah, I have Samus and Link from Minecraft. The famous Minecraft characters of Samus and Link. But anyways. Rocco holding a sword takes good care of you. Yes, he does. Still one of my favorite characters to play Link to the Past as. Because I love Rocco's modern life. So, I have said in the past, and I'll say it again, I enjoy Rocco's modern life more than Ren and Stimpy, and is probably my favorite cartoon from that era. The highs, like the high points of Ren and Stimpy, are definitely a lot funnier than Rocco's modern life. But the low points of Ren and Stimpy are way beyond anything that you could call a down point in Rocco. Rocco was more consistently good than Ren and Stimpy was. Ren and Stimpy could swing wildly in terms of comedy and quality. But Rocco was always really consistent. I still get a kick out of the Ralph Big Head Never sequence. Pretty sure that was in the Wacky Deli episode, which is easily my favorite episode of Rocco. Like, it's not even a question. in addition to knowing that I need to do stuff with my capture device in order to get it looking right, there's still some things I need to do to tweak this particular chat configuration. I need to space out the letters a little bit more. And then the actual top and bottom of the paper texture is cut off. So I need to shrink that down a bit. But that's all for another time. So, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. We'll be back on Friday. And hopefully this capture device doesn't blow up in the meantime. All right. Have a good one, man. See ya.